active number of questions and scored the highest. So for that there was a specified coaching, so I cleared and then I was selected for one of the institutes in Calcutta for MBA, one of the IIMs, but then I had not completed my graduation, and without a graduation card you cannot go there, so I have to quit for that. And then for some reason I pursued my chartered accountancy course, and that was the CA foundation, and again where I cleared in the first attempt. And then over a period of time I started my chartered accountancy course in Bombay. Now that was again an interesting journey, because I'm sure many of you are also staying in hostel. You are staying, many of you might be having a residential stay here. How many of you are staying in hostel, or how many are going to home every day?
All are staying in hostel.
All are staying in hostel, right? Now that hostel was an interesting journey for us, because we were around 300 students all studying together and all were pursuing chartered accountancy. Now I believe that that was one of the best part and the most precious part of my life, because that taught me three things. One is that when I watched others studying, that okay, he is pursuing some course and the way he is trying to complete his course, it was giving you a spirit of competition that if he is studying, I should also study. And secondly, after completing my CA course, the first help which comes is from your people who are in your hostel, because they are your friends, they know you well. So even after completing my chartered accountancy course, the first job or the career which I chose also came because one of my friends knew someone in the bank, and then he forwarded my CV, and that way I got an interview and moved ahead in life. So one of the learnings which I wanted to share with you when you are in hostel is that please have good friends and please make friends, because in life you may have money, you may have knowledge and skill, but it is very important that you carry good friends along with you, because that will help you to nurture and grow in life. So after completing my CA, now the challenge was to look for a job, and in many cases, although I got it into the Kotak Bank initially, and if you have heard of Mr. Uday Kotak, who is the chairman of Kotak Bank, maybe the name is not familiar, so I was looking for his tax files and his investment that time initially. Now from Kotak Bank, then I was selected into ICICI Bank. I was looking for the taxation department. Then I also started looking for the mortgages, which is giving loan in the housing sector. And during my SSC career, one thing which I noticed was that wherever I had to go in any career, I had to face a lot of interviews. And the only thing which differentiated me, which is why I was selected in an interview and why others were not selected, was not because I was qualified, not because I had a lot of skill, but because the way I used to communicate. In those 15 minutes, how you speak with proper English, use of proper grammar, with your body language and the confidence, that makes a difference. So I am sure you are in the university, but many of time you have a tendency to speak in your own language. It may be Assamese, it may be Bengali, it may be your Hindi. But remember that when you are going outside and when you are facing the world, your common language is English. And how efficient and how strong you are in communication, that will really help you to make a difference. So I am sure the university is encouraging you to have a better communication, but you should always have a habit that wherever you interact, if possible and to the extent possible, try to communicate in English, because that is something which is going to help you in your career. So that's the way I started in ICICI Bank, and then one of the reasons why was then there was a position within ICICI that was an external posting in Dubai. So there were a lot of people who were getting interviewed, and that was a position related to law and compliance. Now I had never done anything in law and compliance, but I had done a lot of things into giving loans in housing sector in the banks. So during the interview they asked me the question that you don't know anything about law, you do not know anything about compliance, how will you manage that? So my answer was that there may be a lot of things I do not know, but if I have the skill and the right attitude and the inclination to learn, and that has been the way the ICICI has been teaching everyone, I should be able to go through and handle the and I think because this answer I got selected. So the difference was that you may not be doing many things, but if you have an inclination to learn something, the life will help you to grow ahead. Now, in ICSA, then I was there for 3 years. Then I moved to a company called Daiwa Capital, which is a Japanese-based financial house. It is the second largest after Nomura, and it has a total asset base of around maybe $10 billion and staff of around 28,000 employees. I was heading their branch in Dubai, and then moved to a new country called Bahrain. And from there, since last 2 years now, I have started into my own consultancy with a few friends. Now this again is an interesting journey where I have been on the verge of my career growth, heading one of the branches, having good salary, but then we decided to take a step, a plunge into an unknown territory, because when you start something on your own, you have a lot of challenges financially as well as from the business side also. But then, as I told when I started the discussion, that at the back of your mind there is always something which you want to do in life. You have a dream. The dream right now for many of you may not be very clear, but there is something in the mind which tinkers you that I want to do something. Maybe it may be in the art science or in the commerce science, it may be doing an MBA in a particular stream, it may be in art, or you want to go to a university or to any foreign study, or you want to get a proper job. Now, my learning so far has been that if you have a dream, as simple as that, suppose you pick up a piece of paper and you write that I want to do this, I want to become a doctor, or I want to be a student in a Harvard University, and it is there in the back of your mind, or it is you have written in a piece of paper. Believe me, most of the things which you write sincerely do come true in life. It is not that you are in Tezpur, it may be a small place with a small population, but Tezpur has produced many stalwarts also. And in India, the trend is that most of the successful students come from rural areas. They don't come from the cities. They come from the cities where the facilities are not there, computers may not be there, the power is not there, water is not there. Even this time, one of the students who was first in chartered accountancy last year, he was a student of an auto rickshaw driver. This year also he has been a student who is not very strong financially. So place doesn't matter, the facility which is given by your parents doesn't matter, the support which is given by the institution also doesn't matter. What matters is how you want to look into your own career and career growth, and that will differentiate you. So today, suppose, I'm sure there will be many panel people who are coming and speaking to you and discussing them, sharing the ideas. But just remember at the back of your mind, at any point of time, what do you want to do? It may be something which may not be very clear, but if you have some dream, just write on a piece of paper, occasionally just have a look on it. And when the life gives you choices, you will ask to yourself, does this choice match into what I want to be in the future? Many of you have seen the movie like 3 Idiots. I'm sure many of you. So those stories which are there also resemble partly true in real life. With this, let me take you into the practical world of what happens in terms of once you complete your graduation and once you have studied hard, you got good marks. How do you start your career life? Right? Now, if you know, the main financial hubs in India are like Bombay, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, where most of the opportunities are getting produced because the campus interviews are there or big institutions are there. But now, because of the change in the government policies, and fortunately this year when Modi government has a separate policy for Northeast India, I am sure there will be a lot of focus which is coming in the northeastern side. And as rightly, if you look into our placement of our institution here, there has been a lot of banks as well as manufacturing companies who are coming into your institution to pick you up at the right time. And let me congratulate you because you are the students who are proud students of a university who has been ranked first in India in terms of the best universities. Give a big round of applause to all of you. It makes me proud it makes me proud of my hometown tezpur, because this university, which is only 10 years old, if it competes and has risen to a level where it can be first among the best universities and ranked overall 5th in 2016, it speaks volume of the commitment of the committee here, as well as the dean who has made a name by himself internationally. And if you are part of this institution, believe me, because the institution is a brand, if you perform well, there will be people who will come and help you to grow and build your careers. Now, generally when